And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, as we are live here at Pope Prep. It's girls' senior night for volleyball. Cardinals versus Warriors, a fairly unregular opponent, one might say, that the Cardinals are facing. You would think more. The last time actually we did see Cardinals face off the Warriors was boys lacrosse just about almost a couple months ago. But nonetheless, this is the second time Pope Francis will ever play a Tantasqua team, and it is in girls volleyball, and no better way to do it than here tonight. Senior night here for the Cardinals, Ari Didu and Ellie Hanacek for the Cardinals. I believe Tantasqua has about 8 seniors as well. I will list off their names very briefly. Ava Bellarchi, Lydia Barbello, Lilia Mayo, Lizzie Pearl, Daniela Machado, Rory Smith, Maddie Stalker, and Hannah Wright are the seniors for Tantasqua. Certainly a interesting game that we will have here tonight. Tantasqua 5-9. Their record on the season, coming off of a 3-1 win versus Doherty Memorial. Pope Francis, on the other hand, coming off of a 3-1 loss versus Vertias Preparatory Charter School. Again, we might have saw the game Thursday night versus Greenfield High School. It was a 3-1 loss. But nonetheless, the Cardinals would claw their way back into this game. Despite being down late in both the sets, they would easily claw their way back into both of these games. Set up by Watrowski. Clark with the hit over the net. Over on Tantasqua side. Tantasqua having to get it back on a Pope side. Diving effort there. But nonetheless, I believe it will result in Tantasqua with the point. So they will lead 3-2 in the first set so far. So again, as we saw, it was Pope Francis. They fought their way through a hard game on Thursday versus Greenfield. Unfortunately, they would fall 3-1 the final as they look to bounce back here. This will be the last game, home game, for the girls volleyball team this year. Again, we did try to get as many games as we could. Unfortunately, we are doing a little bit of a mix and match here between soccer and volleyball. So this will be the second volleyball game of the year. First time ever that we've ever been able to give you a volleyball game. So for all the volleyball fans out here that are finally able to watch a game, this is the second game ever, and we hope you're enjoying it as much as we are here. As Tantasqua up early 5-2 here. Cardinals looking to bounce back, certainly, as they did in the Greenfield game. They had it all the way through the game. Watrowski sends that one up over for Rachel Guerrero. I believe, nonetheless, it will result in a Tantasqua point, so extending them to a 4-point lead. Again, we saw, if you're the Cardinals, you cannot afford these big point deficits here. Too much to come back from. But fortunately for the Cardinals, they still had some fighting in them, despite being down. I believe it was 2-1 sets. And the first set of the last game for Greenfield, it was a real battle. I think it ended up going to 38-28 as far as the win by Back here, ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize for the brief technical issues that we were having. On our end, all we can see is a blur screen. We're trying to give you guys at home the best viewing that we can. And just making sure the technical issues here on Pope Prep are all set. So we do apologize for that brief, real outing of an announcer here. But nonetheless, we are back. Score right now, 10-4. Tantasqua holding their own here against the Cardinals. Now 10-5 in favor of Tantasqua. As a spike there from Colleen Clark gets it done for the Cardinals. But again, we do apologize for the brief technical issues. So again, for those of you that were not able to tune in for the first half of this, we will give you a brief recap. Last time you saw Pope Francis here at Pope, it was Greenfield would beat them a score of 3-1. The next day they would play Vertias Prep, and unfortunately they would fall again 3-1 versus them. But nonetheless, the last time we saw them here at Pope, it was a hard-fought battle between Greenfield and Pope Francis, certainly. I mean, two teams both had a fighting within them. Pope looking to is the big point differentiator. The 4, 5, 6 points, you can't have that. We saw Greenfield that once they had the big 7-point lead, they would take a hold of that. Certainly. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, another brief technical issue there. It's little. First, if you could see me and Lucas getting down here, I mean, it was a real struggle. First, we had to. I mean, where did we start? It's been a night of craziness for senior night here for volleyball. I mean, first we had to repair the tire for the poor cart to get down here. I mean, it's been a night of chaos so far, but hopefully we can bring you the girls' senior night here. Hopefully they will look to come out with a victory here. As again, Pope Francis still down by 5, 12-7 the score now. And again, we said if we saw in that Greenfield Pope Francis game, if you're Pope, you've got to limit the point differential here. Because once teams like Greenfield and especially Tantasqua, who does not play schools from Western Mass, if you look at Tantasqua's schedule, actually, when I did some research on them, I could not pull up a Mass Lives roster, or rather stats on them. So, teams that they have been playing, one that really stands out certainly is Notre Dame Academy. Unfortunately, Tantasqua will lose 3-0 to them, but still, that is definitely one of the teams that stands out. So, Tantasqua's schedule has looked like so far as they've gone 5-9 on the season. A couple teams they have played, I'll just jot out a couple. Notre Dame Academy, Millbury, Southbridge, University Park, Bartlett, and Grafton. Most recently coming off of a 3-1 win versus Doherty Memorial. And tonight they play Pope Francis. So again, Pope Francis looking to get their 4th win of the season. Pope Francis, I mean, for the 3rd year this program has had, they are certainly building and they are certainly doing a good job. 3-9 is the season record, the best season they've had so far. I think from here it can only go up. You can only get better from here, as that's what they say. So here we are. Girls' senior night for the Cardinals. As that ball is sent out of play. So 13-9 the score now in the first set in favor of the Tantasqua Warriors. Again, not a familiar foe here certainly for the Cardinals. Last time you saw the Cardinals play a Tantasqua team was versus boys lacrosse. And that was during last spring of 2024. Samantha Hess to set that one up for Kaylee Picoy. Watrossi with the spike there, and that's good for the Cardinals. So 13-10 the score now. Cardinals, again, we said they had to limit the big point differential between two teams, and they have certainly done a good job of that so far. Again, as we saw Greenfield, they had fighting back in them. They would come back from down 4 points in the set, both teams. I believe the end of the first set, it would be 38-26. 28 would be the final. It would be 30-28, the score of the first set. As the Cardinals have a sub in now. Coming off of the court will be Samantha Hess, and coming onto the court will be Annabella Cintro. And her sophomore start. So again, oddly enough, this is the first time that these two teams have ever squared off against each other here at Pope Francis. Really at Pope Francis and at Tantasqua. First meeting ever between these two teams. As Pope now trailing 15-12. As Lindsay Wachowski with a spike there to keep the Cardinals within 3. Or excuse me, within 4. 15-11 the score now. As Kayla Pecoy will take the serve now for the Cardinals. Shot barely gets over the net there. Set up for Pecoy. Over for Wachowski. Looked to get the spike off there. But instead it was a little change-up, and I believe that one will send out of bounds. So 16-11 the score now in favor of Tantasqua. And Pope looking to get back onto the winning track. Last time they had a win was versus Cy Tech High School, and that win would be on September 27th. That'll be a 3-0, a clean sweep for the Cardinals. Pecoy over for Wachowski. Back in the Cardinal end. No one there for the Cardinals. So 17-11. 11 the score now in favor of Tantasqua. So again, as we were saying, what the schedule also will look like this week, 4 games. Today, girls volleyball senior night here for the Cardinals. Tuesday, unfortunately, we will not bring you the girls soccer game. I'm disappointment for the girls Cardinals team, but we will tell you what they have in store. Unfortunately, we are not able to bring you the girls soccer game. So we will tell you what they have in store for the weekend. And this weekend, they will have, it was the big New Jersey trip that they have, where they are set to take on 2 top 20 teams ranked in New Jersey. First game, I believe, will be against DePaul Catholic, and the second game will be against Immaculate Heart Academy. So certainly 2 good opponents for the Cardinal team to face on their trip to New Jersey. That'll be a Labor Day. Really, we talked about road trips. We said that was the first real road trip that we've seen a Cardinal team take. I mean, we talk about the Cardinal hockey. I mean, they do have really the real road trip down the other end of the state, down towards Eastern Mass and whatnot for every away game. But really for soccer, you don't see that as much with a New Jersey trip. So they are set to take on Immaculate Heart Academy and DePaul Catholic in New Jersey. That'll be over Labor Day weekend. We'll keep you posted. I believe the day after Tuesday, we will have a girls soccer game versus South Hadley. So we will more than likely bring you that game. And then later this week on Friday, we will bring you boys soccer versus Agawam, as they are currently playing today at Monument Mountain. So they're looking for bad blood against them. Last time you saw those two teams go head-to-head was a 4-4 tie here. Certainly the Cardinals looking for vengeance and looking to keep their undefeated streak alive here, as Monument Mountain would rally from down 3 in the first half to tie it at 3. Then Pope Francis would have to rally to tie it back up at 4 apiece. But I think that's enough of that as we get back to the girls volleyball game. 18-15 to score here. Serve by Elizabeth Sobel. Or excuse me, for Ellie Hanachek. I'm looking at 2 different rosters here, ladies and gentlemen. Believe me, we're learning new things here. Certainly, not just being the second time with girls volleyball, but also reading off 2 rosters. Trust me, it doesn't work. Wachowski with the spike there. She gets the return. Back over for Pecoy. Pecoy for Wachowski. Sets that one into the Tantasqua end. Tantasqua getting out of their own. They'll just set it back in. Back for Hanachek. Sets that pass up for Pecoy. Pecoy over for Clark with the spike there. And it's good! The tic-tac-toe passing there for the Cardinals brings them within 2 of Tantasqua. So again, as we said, Cardinals cutting that 6-point lead. They've done a good job of cutting that down here. 18-16 the score here in the first set. Pope Francis down with their first timeout. Tantasqua still with 2. Hanachek will take the serve. Tantasqua with it still in their own end. They go far side, as that will give them their 19th point of the set. As that was Annabella Cintro trying to make an effort there to keep it in for the Cardinals. Tantasqua with the serve now. Sent up by Watrowski. Back over for Cintro. Sending the Tantasqua in. Tantasqua will just send it up. Diving effort there. Good effort there. I believe that was Cintro again. Trying to get that one over the net, but unfortunately it will result in a Tantasqua point. So 20-16 the score now. Tantasqua unable to get the ball over the net there on that serve, so 20-17 the score now. Pope Francis doing a good job staying within 2-3 points, certainly enough to keep this game out of reach for them. So Cardinals certainly improving here, not just throughout the season, but throughout the years we've seen. I mean, before, certainly we saw, I think it was in the first 2 years of the volleyball team, it was 2 wins. So certainly this year, big things have come up. 3-9, I mean, regardless of their record so far, they've done a good job on improving, just little steps at a time. And that's what it takes to grow a team here for Pope Francis. And they've certainly done a good job with that. Tantasqua with the serve now. Watrowski. Oh, for Clark there. Tantasqua will keep it up, though, in their own end. Sent back into there. Clark over to Picoy, over to Hess, who sets that one up. So Pope Francis now trailing by 4, 21-17 now. Excuse me, 21-18 the score now. So the serve there for the Cardinals by Ari Didu. Hess with the spike there. Gets over to the Tantasqua end, but they return it. Picoy over for Clark. Clark with the spike there. Tantasqua unable to recover it. They look to make the diving effort there. But this point, so staying within 2 here for the Cardinals. Sorry for the brief time out there again. Well, the technical issues every here and there. We're doing our best to bring you girls senior night. We're hoping that you, for the folks at home, that it's turning out to be the best it can be. So 22-19 the score now. I know it says 21-19. We'll get that underway as soon as we can. Fix the scoreboard up. Tantasqua cycling around the effort there to keep it in play for the Cardinals by Bella Cintron. Kayla Picoy sets it up into the Tantasqua end. Tantasqua unable to get out, as that will result in a Cardinal point. So again, Pope staying within 2. As they've done a good job here. Again, fighting back as we saw against Greenfield, where it was, I believe, we saw the end of the first set there. 30-28 was the final score of the first set. So they've certainly fought their way back in this set. It's a serve there from Lindsay Watrowski. Watrowski. As Caleb Picoy sets it up for a hand check. Tantasqua cycling around their own end. Watrowski over for Picoy. Hess with the spike there. Tantasqua unable to recover. So Pope Francis now trailing by 1 point. It's a 1-point game now. 22-21 the score. Tantasqua thought they had this set put away early, but Pope Francis has fought back ever since, down by, I believe it was 5 points at the most. Clark with a good serve there as that ball sent out of play. And we're all tied up here late in the first set, 22-22. And with that, Tantasqua will take a breather and take a timeout. So we'll come back, ladies and gentlemen, 22-22 the score. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Champions play here live on Pope Prep. We're back here after the Tantasqua timeout. So 22-22 tie game here for the Cardinals. They have fought back all the way down. I believe they were down by 5 points at the most at one point. So tie game here, 22-22. Anybody set here. Clark is set to take the serve for the Cardinals as they look to win this set. Again, first 4 sets will play to 25. If a 5th set is necessary, it will play to 15. Clark with the serve gets over the net. I don't believe that's how she intended to hit it, but it will work. So 23-22 the score now. Pope Francis 2 points away from set point as they look to go up 1-0 here in the game so far. Clark again set to take this serve for the Cardinals. Into the Tantasqua end. Tasqua looking to cycle it around the Warriors. No one there for the Cardinals, unfortunately. So back to a tie game, 23-23 the score now. Tie. Tantasqua will regain control of the serve. So again, first 4 sets play to 25. If a 5th set is necessary, we'll play to 15. As this first set is a big one, 23-23. As again, we saw the Greenfield game. It went to 30-28 in favor of Greenfield. Hess with the spike there. Tantasqua trying to keep it in, as they do. Tantasqua still keeping it up. Hanacek, the pass over to Pecoy. Pecoy back over for Hanacek, sends it in the Tantasqua zone. Diving effort there by Clark. Unfortunately, Tantasqua will get the point there. So 4 set point here is Tantasqua, 24-23. This will be set by 2. So if Tantasqua gets the point here, they will win the set, and they will take a 1-0 lead into the game. Witrowski over for Pecoy. Pecoy over for Hess. Hess sends it into the Tantasqua end. Tantasqua looking to recover with it. Clark sets it up over for Pecoy. Back for Hanacek. Hanacek will just send it a lob into the Tantasqua end. And with that, Tantasqua, I believe, will get the first point of the set. So we'll step aside here. End of the first set here. 1-0 in favor of Tantasqua. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, Champions Play here live on Pope Prep. Second set of play just about to get underway here on Pope Prep. Tantasqua 25-23 would take the first set. Lead. Tantasqua will start out with the serve here for the second set. Pope Francis looking to come back after that. A well-fought first set. Picoy will send it up for, I believe it was Cintro, possibly. You guys know at home I'm looking at two separate tests. I told you earlier, two separate rosters. It's a little difficult to look at here. Numbers are a little wonky here. Wachowski sends that one over into the Tantasqua end. Picked back up by Clark. Clark sets that one up for Wachowski. And back into the Tantasqua end, and she looks to send that one over. Clark diving effort there. Wachowski keeps it in. Spike there. I believe that one was by Cintro, possibly. Wachowski again with the spike there, and she ties us up at 1-1 apiece. So again, good effort here by the Cardinals, certainly. Better start that they've had so far than in the first half so far, as we've seen here. 1-1 score so far in the second set here. Again, just at the beginning. Kayla Picoy with the serve here for the Cardinals. Trotsky with the block there. Wachowski sends it up again. Spike there by Didu. Sent out of play. So Tantasqua will take a 2-1 lead now. Tantasqua again still with control of the serve here for the second set. Again, as we said earlier, the first time ever between these two teams that they have gone head to head. So we normally would have a pregame for you. We would normally say Pope Francis is, for instance, we'd say Pope Francis undefeated against Tantasqua, or Tantasqua undefeated against Pope Francis. But this is the first time that these two teams have ever played against each other. So we'll just give you the record of the last 5 games. So Pope Francis in their last 5 games have gone 2-3. Those 2 wins coming against SciTech and Pioneer Valley Christian Academy. Whereas Tantasqua, on the other hand, going 3-2, the exact opposite. Wins coming against Doherty Memorial, their most recent win. That was Thursday night, rather. The same night we had the first ever girls volleyball versus Greenfield. Bartlett, I believe it's Bartlett High School and North High School. Looking off of Max Preps here. Again, we said, not a team not out of Western Mass. So we didn't have Mass Live stats up, so using a different source here for Tantasqua. As they're up now 4-3 here in the second set. Pope keeping it up there. Picoy with a good effort there to keep it in. Cintro sends it back into the Tantasqua end. And I believe that will result in a Tantasqua point, so they take the lead 5-3 now. Tantasqua with the serve, unable to get over the net there. So Pope now within 1. 5-4 the score now in the second set. But again, as we were saying, we don't have any stats on this game, because normally we would give you like a last. For instance, the boys soccer looking bad for bad blood against Monument Mountain. We would say they were, I believe, they still have yet to get a win against them in over a year. But first time ever meeting between these two teams. Picoy, a diving effort there. Clark keeps it in. Ball sent back into Tantasqua end. Cintro tried to get the pass off there, but unfortunately it will result in a Tantasqua point. So 6-4 the score now. Tantasqua up 1-0 here as far as sets go. But in the second set, they're up 6-4. Wyatrowski over for Picoy, over for Clark. Almost sent that one into play. Unfortunately, almost hit the camera there. Luckily, that's okay. Tantasqua still with control of the serve. That one almost got over the net there, but it didn't. So Pope still down by 2 here. 7-5 the score now. It's about I'd say a quarter of the way through the second set here. And Tantasqua up 1-0 as far as sets go. Senior night here for the Cardinals. If we didn't mention it before, 8 seniors for Tantasqua and the 2 seniors for Pope Francis, Ari Didu and Ella Hanacek. Hanacek, the captain for the Cardinals, her 3rd year playing in the volleyball program. Pope Francis again sends that one out of play, so that will be 8-5 in favor of Tantasqua. So again, we saw them. They had it was really a good gap control between the Cardinals and the Warriors in the first set. And again, it was also a good gap control as far as points between the Cardinals and Greenfield. They did a good job with that. Unfortunately here, down 4 are the Cardinals, as they will look to step aside here and take a breather. So we'll step aside here. Pope Francis with the timeout. 9-5 the score. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Champions play here live on Pope Prep. Here after the Cardinal timeout. Pope Francis down now 9-6. So again, as we saw, Pope Francis taking the timeout there. A much needed timeout. Looking to get things back on track here as they were down 4 points. 9-5 was the score before going into the timeout. Here down 9-6. Clark will take the serve for the Cardinals. Wyatrowski over for Pecoy. Pecoy. Spike there, blocked by Tantasqua. Good diving effort there by the Cardinals to try to keep it in. Unfortunately, it would not go, as Tantasqua now leads 10-6. Tantasqua still with control of the serve, as they lead 10-6 here in the second set. They took the first set again. Final score of that one was 25-23. They take the first set. Hess with the shot over, just barely over the net there. But nonetheless, it will result in a Pope Francis point, so 10-7 to score now. As Samantha Hess is set to take the serve for the Cardinals. Here in the second set, Tantasqua looking to recover with it out of their own end. Wyatrowski went for the block there. Instead, it'll be recovered by Clark for Pecoy. Block unable to get over the net there. Wyatrowski with the spike, and it's good for the Cardinals. So down by 2 now, 10-8 the score in favor of the Cardinals. As Samantha Hess will take the serve for the Cardinals. Tantasqua again looking to recover with out of their own end. Clark up for Pecoy. Over for Wyatrowski. Back over to Tantasqua end. Clark with the pass over for Pecoy. Wyatrowski again with the spike there. Diving effort by Tantasqua to keep it in. Hess will send it up. Tried to look for Pecoy. But Tantasqua will take the point on that one. So 11-8 the score now. Again, fall season just about a little over halfway done here. Again, not a lot of soccer home games, as we've said. And this is the second volleyball game that we've done. We've done our best to do the volleyball games that we can. 2 volleyball games, certainly an improvement. I mean, really, it's an improvement certainly from ever. This is the first time ever doing volleyball. So as we said, certainly looking to improve more upon. We really did. We joked about in the soccer game trying to get a golf match possibly, or maybe a cross country. Try to get buying a drone, but maybe a drone to possibly film those two. We joked about that. Me and Lucas proposing it to Mr. Jeffrey possibly, but I don't think that would work. But still, we're doing our best to see if we can give you guys possibly in the future maybe a golf match. I know certainly a couple guys on the team would look forward to that, especially Mike McGrath. I'll give him a shout out. Mike McGrath, if he's watching this, he'd certainly be excited if we got the opportunity to live stream a golf game. Cardinals with it back in their own end. Unable to get that back over the net there. So 13-9 the score now in favor of Tantasqua as they've regained a 4-point lead. So again, what the schedule will look like this week, we'll have girls volleyball senior night tonight. And then we will have Friday night, we'll have boys soccer. As it will be, boys are set to take on Agawam. They played Agawam earlier this season. 3-2 was the final score there. Wachowski with the spike there. 13-10 in the second set now. Cardinals fighting their way back in this game. Or in this set, I should say. As they've done a good job of that so far. So again, as we were saying, boys soccer later this week on Friday. Pope Francis going for the far side serve there, and it would prove to be good. 13-11 the score now. Tantasqua unable to get the serve there as they thought that was going out of bounds. Ball up into Tantasqua, and Tantasqua going to recover with it. Hanacek sends that one up for Pecoy. Pecoy over the net there. Into the Tantasqua, and Tantasqua going to recover with a spike there. Pope Francis unable to come out with it. So Tantasqua will take a 14-11 lead. So yeah, as we were saying, we are very open to trying new things here as far as the filming and the broadcasting. We said sometime in the future, maybe, possibly, we could get a golf game. Maybe a golf post game. We'll see what we had. A golf game, it would be a little difficult there with that. As far as the internet goes at Franconia and whatnot for a home match. But we could see if we could get possibly maybe a postseason interview with maybe some of the captains so far on the season. So we will certainly do our best to bring you that here at popeproductions. Wachowski sends it up for Pecoy. Pecoy over for Clark. Clark looking to lob that one over the net there. Create a little bit of havoc for the Warriors. Unfortunately, it would not go. So 16-11 the score now. Tantasqua still gaining control of the serve. Over to net for Wachowski. For Pecoy. Pecoy for Clark. Sends it into the Tantasqua end, so they'll regroup with it now. Back over in the Pope zone. Wachowski over for Pecoy. Spike there by Clark. They thought that the Cardinals had that one in. Ref will signal, though, that it is in favor of Tantasqua. Cardinals thought they had that point there, so 17-11 the score now. Again, we said the point differential becoming larger and larger. If you're Pope Francis, you can't afford to have that here. If you're the Cardinals, a 2-0 set lead would not look good for the Cardinals. Look to come back from. Certainly it is possible, but it would not be fun to come back from down that, as they are now down 18-11, 7-point differential, the biggest lead that we have seen so far by Tantasqua. Pope Francis looking to keep to stay in this set so far. 18-11 the score in the second set. Couple of subs coming onto the court now for Pope Francis. Tantasqua still with control of the serve in the second set here. They lead 18-11. Clark sends it up for Pecoy. Clark lobs it over the net there. A little bit of havoc for Tantasqua. Pecoy over for Wojtrowski. Trowski sends it up. Cardinals will regroup with it now. Spike there by Wojtrowski. And it's good for the Cardinals. So 18-12 the score now. Samantha Hess coming back onto the court for the Cardinals. As Lindsay Wojtrowski will take it, diving effort there by Tantasqua. Pecoy sends it over the net there. Tantasqua still struggling to get it out. Trowski over for Hess. Hess, a little lob shot there, tried to throw a curveball, and she did. Tantasqua still with good effort to keep it in the zone. Clark sets up for Pecoy. Back for Clark, spike there. Tantasqua unable to get it there. 18-13. Pope Francis coming back to life here late in the second set here. 3 straight points for the Cardinals as they look to get back into this game. 18-13 the score in the second set. I believe another player will get subbed off for Tantasqua. Hess with the spike there. Lob shot. Returned by Tantasqua. Pecoy over for Hess. Hess sends it into the Tantasqua end. Tantasqua still looking to come out with it. Wojtrowski sends it up for Pecoy. Pecoy looking to lob it over the net. I believe nonetheless it would go over the net. So Pope Francis trailing 19-13. Tantasqua still with control of the serve. 6 points away from set point. Official blows the serve dead there. I believe he did rule in that it was the serve was over the line of play. So Tantasqua will get a redo shot there. As they serve it there, barely over that diving effort by the Cardinals there to keep it in. Kayla Pecoy sends that one to Tantasqua end. Hanacek tried to pass that one over for a Hess, but it will result in Tantasqua's points. So 20-11 the score, or excuse me, 20-13 the score now in favor of the Cardinals. And the last home game here at Pope for the girls volleyball team. 21-13 the score now. Again, turning more and more into a runaway for the second set of play. So the Cardinals will have 3 games after this, their last home game, as they are set just 4 days from now on the 11th to take on Minnechaug. Then they will get a rematch against Greenfield. That will certainly be a good game upcoming. So they're set to take on Minnechaug, Greenfield, and Pioneer Valley Christian Academy as their last game of the season. As Tantasqua now takes a 9-13 lead, the largest point marginal that we have seen so far. Tantasqua with the serve now. Pope Francis cycling around their own end. Pecoy sends that one over the net. Tantasqua still with it in their own end. Pecoy pass over to Hess. Hess sets it for Clark. Clark gets the spike there. Tantasqua looking to recover with it. Back over into the Pope end. Hess sets it for Pecoy. Pecoy lob shot there. Gets back over. Hess over for Clark. Sends that one out of play. And Pope Francis now finds themselves down 10 points. 23-13. The score here in the second set. Clark sets it for Pecoy. Pecoy back for Clark. Clark with the spike there. Tantasqua will recover with it in their own end. Clark sets the pass for Pecoy. Pecoy and back into the Tantasqua end. Wojtrowski over for Pecoy again. Back for Hess. Hess with the spike. Tantasqua answers for all the Cardinal spikes they've had so far. Little miscalculation there for Tantasqua, but nothing they're worried about certainly. Pope Francis down 23-14 now. So again, Tantasqua within 2 points of set point. So if they get this, they would go up 2-0 on the game. And then they would be playing for match point the next set. Hess did not touch the net there, so that will result in another Pope point. So 23-15 the score now. in favor of the Warriors. Pope Francis with 2 straight points, looking to get back onto the point track. The point train here for the Cardinals. Hanacek with the serve for the Cardinals. Into the Tantasqua end. Tantasqua looked to recover with it there. Hanacek, good diving effort there. Unfortunately, it would not be good as Tantasqua now 1 point within set point as they look to go up 2-0. I believe coming off of the court now will be Ellie Hanacek. And coming into the game for the Cardinals will be Bella Cintro. Tantasqua with the serve for set point. Wyatrowski up for Hess. Hess over the net. Cardinals will not be able to recover with that. So with that, Tantasqua will take a 2-0 set lead. When we return, ladies and gentlemen, we will bring you the third set of play. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Champions play here live on Pope Prep. Tantasqua up 2-0. Could it be match point next set? Possibly. But stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, when we come back the third set. Start of the third set here for the Cardinals. They find themselves down 2-0. Hopefully they will be able to recover from this. Kayla Picoy with the serve here at the start of the third set. Underway here on Pope Prep Productions. Tantasqua with a 2-0 lead so far. Cardinals starting out strong. First point of the third set here. Looking to avoid the sweep here, as they were down 2-0 here in the game so far. Kayla Picoy again with the set. With the serve here for the Cardinals. Wyatrowski with the serve there. Keeps that one in a play for the Cardinals as they go up 2-0 now. So again, as we were saying, first 4 sets will play to 25. If a 5th set is necessary, we'll play to 15 points here. Caleb Picoy again with the serve for the Cardinals. Tantasqua cycling around their own end in no rush. As really 3 points straight for the Cardinals. Certainly looking to get back on the winning track here. As it might be, don't say it might be too late, ladies and gentlemen, but the comeback may be possible here for the Cardinals on senior night. What a game that would be, certainly here. Comeback on senior night, down 2-0 here. Now Pope Francis goes up 4-0 here in the 3rd set. Strong start that they have so far. Tantasqua looking to recover from it. Caleb Picoy with the serve over the end. Tantasqua, Cintro unable to communicate there for the Cardinals. Oh, shit. Tantasqua will regain control of the serve. 4-1 now. They find themselves down 3 points. So Tantasqua looking to come out of this. Hopefully with the 3-0 sweep. Pope Francis looking to avoid the sweep here and get the W. The comeback down from 0-2. Clark with the spike there. It's in, and the Cardinals now up big, 5-1. Looking to maintain that lead here. Lindsay Wyatrowski set for the serve here. Tantasqua, they've had trouble here the first 5 points so far. Ball sent out of play there. Pope up 5 now, 6-1. The best start they've had, certainly in a game that we have seen so far. Up 6-1 now versus Tantasqua. Tantasqua had the early 2-0 start, but now it might be all Cardinals here. Wyatrowski with the serve, sent out of play there. So 6-2 in favor of the Cardinals now as they look to take this set here. So again, first 4 sets will play to 25 points. Win by 2. If necessary, there will be a 5th set, and it will be first to 15 points. Tantasqua unable to recover that one over the net. So Pope Francis regains a 5-point lead. Best start that they've had in a set so far as they look to maintain that here on senior night. But what a night that would be, certainly here. And they hope to fulfill it. Come back from down 2-0 here in the game. Tantasqua with trying to return it into the Cardinal end. Blocked there by Hess as they look to keep it in. Hess again with the return. Tantasqua still struggling to get out of their line. Picoy sets up for Hess. Hess sends it deep into the Tantasqua zone. Tantasqua's trying to recover with it. Unable to get it over the net there. And Pope Francis is now up 6 now. 8-2 the score. The best start that they have had so far to a game that we have seen. Cardinals looking to keep this streak going. Serve unable to get over the net there. 8-3 the score now in favor of the Cardinals. But certainly, the Cardinals have done way better. I'm losing track of what I'm trying to say. Cardinals have done way better. Recovery on the start of the set. Again, it was mostly in favor, we saw last time, mostly in favor of Tantasqua. They've done a good job so far to recover with it. Wyatrowski sends up for Picoy, over for Hess. Hess tries to lob that one over the net. She does. Tantasqua looking to just set over the net. Clark for Picoy, back for Clark. The spike there. Tantasqua still trying to recover with it. As they do, they get it into the Cardinal end. No one able to communicate there for the Cardinals. So Pope Francis still up 8-4 now. Tantasqua has it serve. Shot barely gets over the net there. So Tantasqua's starting to claw their way back into this. Pope Francis not trying to not give them the clean sweep against the Warriors. Warriors wanting to go for the clean sweep, the 3-0 sweep here. Pope Francis looking to avoid it here. Still up 8-5 in the 3rd set. Tantasqua serve. Wyatrowski keeps it in. Over for Picoy. Back for Clark. Clark sends it far end. I believe it will be good for Pope. And yes, it will be. So 9-5 the score now in favor of the Cardinals. As the set there was a good play, far end shot by, I believe it was Colleen Clark, to keep it in for the Cardinals. And they're back up 4 points now over the Warriors. Serve by Hanachek, sent into the Tantasqua end. Tantasqua recovers with it out of their own end. Ball, I believe, was sent out of play. So again, Pope Francis regains a 5-point lead. 10-5 the score now in the third set. As they look to recover down 2-0. Those of you just tuning in, Pope Francis had a solid start in the first set. Unfortunately, they would not win it. 25-23 will be the final, as you see on the screen so far. They lost it a little bit. In the second set. Clark with a diving effort there. Hess keeps it in for into the Tantasqua end. Tantasqua looking to recover with a spike, unable to get over the net there. Tantasqua back with a 6-point lead. 11-5 the score. The Cardinals starting to come to life here. Down 2-0 in the game. But nonetheless, a comeback win on senior night would be big. Ellie Hanachek set to take the serve for the Cardinals here. Hanachek deep into the Tantasqua end. And Tantasqua thought that was heading out of play, but it will not. So Tantasqua will suffer the deficit now. 7 points they are down. 12-5 the score. Pope looking to get the set point here and make it a 2-1, cut the lead in half, and then tie it up, hopefully. And then it would be sudden death. First to 15 points if a round 5 is if a fifth set is necessary. Wyatrowski sets it for Pecoy. Pecoy back for Hess. Hess spike there. Tantasqua lets it go out of play there, so they will regain control of the serve. 12-6 the score now in favor of the Cardinals. Tantasqua with the serve. Hanachek sets it for Pecoy. Pecoy, for Clark. Little lob shot there. And it's good enough for the Cardinals. So 13-6 the score now, as they regain a 7-point lead. As Colleen Clark is set to take the serve for the Cardinals. Over the net there into the Tantasqua end. Ball sent up. Hit the protective netting. Official will not rule it out of play. Hanachek over for Pecoy. Back for Wyatrowski. Again, Tantasqua looking to recover within their own end. Spike unable to get over the net. So Pope's biggest lead of the night so far. 14-6 the score in the third set. Clark will take the serve here for the Cardinals. Cardinals up 14-6 in the third set here. Biggest point differential they have had against Tantasqua so far tonight. Clark with the serve. Into the Tantasqua end. Hess will return it. Again with a couple 1, 2, 3 tries to return it. Unfortunately, Tantasqua will come out with the point there. So 14-7 the score now in favor of Pope Francis. Again, set 3 will play to 25 points. Those of you tuning in and watching now. Hanachek sets it for Pecoy. Pecoy pass for Wyatrowski. Spikes it there, and it's good for the Cardinals. So 15-7 to score now, regaining an 8-point lead. And with this, Tantasqua will take their first time out of the third set. So we'll step aside here. The best set Pope's had so far. 15-7 the score here in the third set. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Champions play here, live on Pope Prep. Back here after the timeout taken by Tantasqua. Their first timeout of this third set was taken. Pope Francis still up 15-7 the score in the third set here. Down 2-0 overall. Tantasqua almost able to recover there. Pope Francis with the point as well there. Official waiting for the call there by the official. So 16-7 the score in favor of the Cardinals. For the third set here, 9 points away from set point. Pope Francis looking to force a fourth and possibly fifth set here to win this game. Down 2-0 here. Served by Samantha Hess, sent into the Tantasqua end. They look to recover. Hess sets the pass for Pecoy. Pecoy over for Wachowski. Tried to get the lob shot over there. Unfortunately, it would not go. So 16-8 the score now in favor of the Warriors. Or excuse me, in favor of the Cardinals. Warriors had the first two sets. Will win the first two sets. They hold the lead 2-0 now. Serve there, misread by the Cardinals. Did it just die? Tantasqua still with it, trying to recover. Diving effort there. Unfortunately, it is not proven good by Michaela Negron-Maturo. So 16-9 the score in favor of the Cardinals. Good diving effort there by Maturo. Unfortunately, it would not be good for the Cardinals. So they are now... I was about to say they were down now, but it's still 16-9 in favor of the Cardinals. Tantasqua with the serve. Clark with the set. Over for Pecoy. Wachowski with the lob shot there. Again, Wachowski with the shot there. And she keeps it in favor of the Cardinals. So 17-9 the score now. Cardinals regain an 8-point lead. Kayla Pecoy will take the serve for the Cardinals here. 17-9 the score. Sub-ins coming in for the Tantasqua Warriors. Pecoy with the serve for the Cardinals. Tantasqua looking to recover with it in their own end. Serve, passed back by Maturo. Tantasqua still with it in their own end. Ball out of play there. So Pope Francis will get the point with that one. 18-9 the score now. Serve will be taken again by Kayla Pecoy. Tantasqua, their biggest point deficit so far, down by 9 in the third set here. 2-0 overall as far as the score goes. Ball set up for Pecoy. Far shot sent for Wachowski. Looked to get the spike there, but unfortunately it would not go. So 18-10 in favor of Pope Francis now. Tantasqua with the serve now. Unfortunately, we thought it was gonna be a Pope Francis serve. Serve kept live, I believe, by Maturo. Hanachek also kept it up. I believe it will result in a Pope Francis point. No, it will not. So 18-12 the score now in favor of the Cardinals. Tantasqua slowly crawling back into this game, clawing their way back into this game. Late here in the third set. Serve gets over the net, but returned. Maturo back for Wachowski. Diving effort by Pecoy. Unfortunately, it will be sent out of play. And with this, Tantasqua now down by 5. (18-13) the score now. Pope Francis looking to come out of this with the set point. Make it a 2-1 game. Tantasqua with the serve. Clark sets it. Pecoy got it over the net there, but Tantasqua will return it. Pecoy sends it back for Wachowski with the spike. Tantasqua still looking to come out of their own zone with it. Ball sent out of play by Tantasqua. So Pope Francis regains a 6-point lead. 19-13 the score now. Tantasqua still, though, relentless. Trying to get the clean sweep here. Make it 3-0 final score. Wachowski with the serve. Tantasqua unable to recover with it there. So 20-13 the score now. As we play on here, 5 points within set point. Subs coming out of the court for the Tantasqua Warriors. Pope regains a 7-point lead, though. 5 points within set point as they look to make it a 2-1 game in favor of the Warriors still. It would be 2-1 in favor of the Warriors. If a fifth set is necessary, again, if Cardinals force a fourth set, it will be first to 25 points. Fifth set will be first to 15. Kind of like the sudden death overtime point. Ball sent out of play. Cardinals will recover with the serve. So 21-13 the score now, regaining an 8-point lead. 4 points within set point. Wyatrowski will take the serve. Tantasqua with the spike there. Brings them within 7 now. 21-14 the score. Pope Francis looking to come out of this with set point as they very well could do so. But I wouldn't slouch on the Warriors so far as they have proven. I mean, we saw Greenfield and Pope both coming back from down 4 points at a time. Diving effort there, I believe it was by Machuro. Tried to keep the ball back into play, but unfortunately it would not go. As Tantasqua will regain control of the serve. 21-15 the score now in favor of the Cardinals. Tantasqua has yet to gain a lead. Wyatrowski sends it over to the Cardinal net. Picoy keeps it up. Tantasqua unable to get over the net. 22-15 the score now in favor of the Cardinals. Cardinals still with possession here. As they take the serve now. Into the Tantasqua end. Pope Francis within 2 points now of set points. The comeback has started here. Down 2 points on the first set. Would be their first point on the night. 2-0 they find themselves down. But it will be 2-1 in a minute. It could be 2-1 in a minute now. If they get the next 2 points, as they very well could. As they are within 1 point now. 24-15. Point for the Cardinals. So this could be their first point of the night here to cut Tantasqua's lead in half and force a fourth set here. 24-15. Serve into the Tantasqua end. Tantasqua looking to come out with it. Clark sets it for Picoy. Picoy over for Clark. Spike blocked there by the Warriors. 24-16 the score now. Pope doing a good job of trying to maintain the pressure. Court now. Tantasqua will start out with the serve now. Again, unable to get over the serve. It will result in a Pope point. Ball misread there. So 24-17 the score now in favor of the Warriors. Pope Francis still within 1 of set points. This could be a 2-1 game if Pope Francis comes out with the point this set. Would result in them with the win, with the win of this set. Clark with the serve, sent out of play there. Pope Francis struggling here for the last point in the third set. Has to be careful of a Tantasqua comeback here. Down 6 points now, but regardless, if Tantasqua does win this set, they would call game. And it would be for match point rather than set point. So the Cardinals still down 2-0. Ball sent out of play there. So Pope Francis, 2-1 the score now. Pope Francis still with a chance to come back in this game. Coming up, ladies and gentlemen, the fourth set of action. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Champions play here live on Pope Prep. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, brief technical issues once again. But nonetheless, we are back here 4-3 in favor of Pope Francis as they've cut the Tantasqua lead in half here. Looking to come back down 2-0 as far as sets go here on senior night as they are up 4-3 now. Pope sends it back into the Tantasqua in. Wyatt Trowski back for Pecoy over Hess. Back by Isabella Cintron. Pope keeps it up. I believe Tantasqua will come out with the point, though. So 4-4 here in the fourth half. I'm still thinking it's lacrosse season, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we got a long road ahead of us, trust me. Still think it's lacrosse season. Still think it's soccer season. Ball kept in play by Pope, or sent out of play, excuse me, by Pope Francis, but nonetheless it will result in a Pope Francis point. So 5-4 the score now in favor of the Cardinals. As they look to come out with the set point here, down 2-1, looking to tie it up at 2-2 apiece. And if a fifth set is necessary, it will play to 15 points. Clark sets it for Pecoy. Pecoy back for Clark with the spike there. Tantasqua struggling to regain out of their own end. Serve unable to get over the net. So Pope now up by 2, 6-4 the score now. So again, first four sets will play to 25 points. Lights went out there, ladies and gentlemen. A little scare there. Lights went out at Pope. Serve unable to get over the net. We're still laughing about it here. The lights went out briefly just before the serve for the Cardinals. Luckily, it wasn't during play. It just, it's a sea of black. Nothing, just pitch black darkness. Trowski sends it up. Cardinals unable to recover with it there. It's tie game now, 6-6 apiece. Still looking at the technical issues over there at the breaker. Well, the lights went out briefly. Here, we'll certainly look back at that on the live stream. Be a funny moment. The lights go out randomly here on senior night. Like we said, it's a night of crazy here for the Cardinals. Tantasqua unable to recover with it there. Pope Francis up 7-6 now. A night of crazy has not ended yet. As we said, first it was the flat tire. Me and Lucas we had to engineer a makeshift tire here just to get the cart down here and be able to record here. We looked all around the school. We were able to get it down the elevator, luckily. Got the recording down here. It's going to be very interesting trying to get it back up the elevator. Nonetheless, Pope Francis up 8-6 now. We'll take the serve. Tantasqua comes out with it. Clark diving effort there. Hess will send it back into the Tantasqua end. Tantasqua still cycling it around their own end. Now to come out with the point here. Clark tried to look over for, I believe that was Hanachek for the point there, but it's okay. Pope Francis still up 8-7 now, looking to tie this up at 2-2 apiece. Tantasqua with the serve. Hanachek sends it up for Clark. Clark pass over to Hess. In the Tantasqua end. Tantasqua will recover with it. Hanachek for Pecoy. Pecoy back for Watrowski. Spike there. And Tantasqua unable to do anything about that. 9-7 the score now. Up by 2 again are the Cardinals as they look to tie this at 2-2 apiece. Hess with the serve for the Cardinals. Tantasqua unable to recover with it. And it is now 10-7. And with this, Tantasqua will take their first time out. So Pope up 10-7 here in the fourth set. Looking to come back and make it a 2-2 game. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Champions play here live on Pope Prep. Back here after the timeout taken by Tantasqua. Pope up 10-7 here in the fourth set. If a fifth set is necessary, as we said before, it will play to 15 points. Clark sets it for Pecoy. Pecoy for Watrowski with like a mini spike there. Tantasqua trying to get out of their own end. Serve just gets over the net there. Able to recover those. Pope. Pecoy sends it to Tantasqua end. Tantasqua with it now. Clark sets it for Pecoy. Pecoy over for Watrowski. Watrowski into the Tantasqua end. Clark sets it back up for Pecoy. Back over for Clark. Sets it into the Tantasqua end again. Back and forth here between the Cardinals and Warriors. Clark, the set for Pecoy. Set for Watrowski. Spike there. Tantasqua unable to get it out of their end. And Pope Francis will come up with the point. So 11-7 now, the score in favor of the Cardinals, as they regain a 4-point lead. Again, fourth set will play to 25 points. Hess with the serve. Up by Tantasqua. Clark sets it for Pecoy. Pecoy tries to get it over the net for Watrowski. However, it will be Tantasqua's point. So 11-8 the score now in favor of the Cardinals. Looking to come back, and they look to want to make this a 2-2 game. Tantasqua with the serve. Out of bounds there. So Pope Francis will come up with the point now. 12-8 the score, as they regain a 4-point lead here in the fourth set. Again, Cardinals down 2-1 as far as set points go. 2-1. Tantasqua will take the first two, dominating fashion. I shouldn't say dominating fashion. The second set certainly was dominating fashion. The first set, the Cardinals were well within reach, as we saw with the Greenfield game. Spike there by Tantasqua, sent out of play. Pope now up 13-8. Pecoy with the serve here. Tantasqua trying to recover with it, as they do. Hand check. Sets it up for Pecoy. Back for Watrowski. Unable to get that one over the net there. So Pope still with a 4-point lead here. Tantasqua taking a little bit too much of a breather, if you ask me. As they now find themselves down by 4 here in the fourth set. Tantasqua almost with a little jumper there, unable to recover with that. Watrowski with a little lob shot there. Ball sent out of play. Pope Francis up 14-9 now, regaining the 5-point lead. And Pope Francis has done a good job of noticing, being aware of really out of bounds space here. Not trying to make the effort, trying to waste the stamina going for the play that could result in your point versus Tantasqua. Ball there sent into the netting. So Pope Francis now up 6 here. Cardinals starting to come back to life here. Again, down 2-0 at the start of the game. They have rallied so far. They won the third set. Final score 25-18. Now up 15-9 here. Tantasqua struggling here just to get out of their own end. Clark sets it up for Pecoy. Pecoy back for Clark. Clark the spike there. Tantasqua still will recover with it though. No one there for the Cardinals, unfortunately. So 15-10 the score now in favor of the Cardinals. Still with a comfortable 5-point lead. Again, but as we saw in the Greenfield game, no lead is comfortable. Watrowski with a diving effort there. Unfortunately, Tantasqua will come out with the point. So 15-11 the score now. Tantasqua with the serve there. Again, no one for Pope there to answer. Watrowski was looking to pass it off to someone. Fortunately, no one was there. to answer it for the Cardinals. So 15-12 the score now. Fourth set of action here. Those of you just tuning in, Tantasqua took the first 2 sets. They would lead 2-0. Pope Francis has rallied to come back, as it is now 2-1. That ball sent out of play there. So 16-12 the score now in favor of the Cardinals, as they're looking to rally back here, make it a 2-2 game. Again, as we said earlier, if a 5th set is necessary, it will play to 15 points. Pope Francis right now, 4th set will play to 25. Tantasqua with a struggle there. Samantha Hess with the big block there to keep it into the Tantasqua end. Tantasqua subbing off a couple of players there, but Samantha Hess coming up big with the block there to keep the Cardinals at a 5-point lead here in this game. 17-12 the score now. Serve there, unable to get over the net. 17-13 the score now in favor of the Cardinals. Again, Pope Francis, no better way to complete the comeback than on senior night. Down 2-0 in this game here. No better way to come back on senior night. What a night it would be. Pope Francis, good effort there to keep it in a play. Unfortunately, it would not be good enough, as Tantasqua now within 2 of the Cardinals. Once a big lead for the Cardinals has now just evaporated within seconds, as Tantasqua now finds themselves in a situation where they could hold match point here if they do it right and play it right. Pope Francis, if they don't play it right, could find themselves in a situation where they could be fighting for the game. Clark with a spike there. Tantasqua unable to recover with it, and Pope Francis gets the point there. 18-15 the score now. Pope Francis back up by 3, and they hold control of the serve. 2-0. What a comeback this would be if Pope Francis is able to come out with the win here tonight. Wyatrowski sends it back into the Tantasqua end. Tantasqua. Sintero, a good save there for the Cardinals. Or excuse me, Cintron. Again, Cintron. Good effort there. But unfortunately, Tantasqua will come up with the point. 19-17 now. Back within 2. I already got it. It's a 2-point game now. 19-17 here. Cardinals within 6 points of set point. Trying to force a 5th set. Pecoy over Hess. Hess with the spike. The comeback kids, you might call them here at Pope Francis. 2017. One possibly. If they get this set here, again, it would play to 15 if we have a 5th set forced here. This set will play to 25. Clark with the serve. Baylor now serves that can barely get over the net or just get redirected on the net. Wyatrowski with the spike there. And Pope Francis back up by 4. Cardinals coming to life here late in the 4th set here. Up by 4, 21-17 the score now. Clark set to take the serve for the Cardinals. Just over the net there. Tantasqua still unable to recover. 22-17. Pope Francis more and more within 3 points of the set point. And with this, Tantasqua will take a timeout. So we'll step aside here. 22-17 in favor of Pope Francis. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Champions play here live on Pope Prep. So 22-17 in favor of the Cardinals here in the fourth set. They're looking to force a fifth set, and if it goes, it will be played to 15. Clark with a spike there. Tantasqua almost unable to recover. I believe it will be a point. So 23-17 the score now in favor of the Cardinals as they come 2 points within set point. Looking to tie it up at 2-2 apiece. Looking to force a fifth set now. Pope with the serve now. Clark sends it into the Tantasqua. No one there for the Warriors. 24-17 the score here. Pope within match game point, Pope within set point here. Looking to tie it at 2-2 apiece as they very well could do so. What a game this has been on senior night. 24-17 the score now. Clark will take the serve. This is where we've seen Pope struggle most here to close out the set here with the point. 24-17. Clark serving to the Tantasqua end. They're looking to come out with it. Will they do so? Yes, they will. Clark sets up for Pecoy. Pecoy back for Clark. Spike there. Tantasqua returns it, though. Pecoy back for Hess. Lob shot there. Tantasqua will come out back with it. Tantasqua back up. Sends over for Hess. Tantasqua will come out with the point there. 24-18 the score now. Pope still up 6 now. Tantasqua will regain possession of the point of the serve. Again, if this serve is unable to get over the net, it will result in a Pope point. Hess tries to get the serve there inbounds for the Cardinals, but unfortunately it has not proven good there, so 24-19 the score now. Again, we've seen the Cardinals struggle most here, closing out the set, getting the final point here. It's a lot of pressure, certainly, but I think they can do it so far. Tantasqua sends it up into the Cardinal end. Pecoy sets it for Hess. Hess, lob shot there. No one there for Tantasqua as they take it 25-19, the score now. And this is all tied up. 2-2, even Steven now, as we are set for a tiebreaker round. The fifth set coming up, ladies and gentlemen, when we return. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Champions Play here live on Pope Prep. Fifth set of action here. Even Steven, do or die for the Cardinals. Up 1-0 now. Down 2-0 they once were. And now Pope Francis looks to come back from the depths. Up 1-0 now. They were once down 2-0 in this game. It looked like Tantasqua was putting this one away early with a 3-0 possible sweep up ahead. Serve unable to get over the net there by by Samantha Hess. So 1-1 the score now. Pope Francis has come back from down 2-0. Clark with the set there over for Pecoy. Back for Wyatrowski. Tantasqua unable to recover with it there. They're still struggling to get out of their zone. So Pope Francis up 2-1 now. Looking to come out with it. This is the overtime, really, of volleyball. The do or die situation. Wyatrowski sends that one into the Warrior end. Pecoy back for Wyatrowski. Spike there. It's good for the Cardinals. 3-1 they lead now. Once down 2-0. Now come back, tie it 2-2. What a comeback this would be here on senior night. Down 2-0. From the depths, they have risen like a phoenix and come back from down 0-2. 3-1 the score now in favor of the Cardinals. Tantasqua struggling to get it out of their own end as we've seen so far. Clark with a great save there. I believe Wyatrowski almost got it there. A point, so it'll be Tantasqua point. So it'll be 3-2 now in favor of the Warriors. In favor of the Cardinals. Diving effort there by Machuro. Good effort, certainly, but the game tied back up at 3-3 apiece. Do or die here for the Cardinals and the Warriors here. Cardinals looking to improve on 4-9 on the season. Get another diving effort there by Machuro. Unfortunately, it would not be good. So again, Cardinals looking to improve to 4-9 on the season. Warriors looking to set there. Wyatrowski keeps it in. Machuro almost kept it in there for the Cardinals. Fortunately, Tantasqua is turning this one into a brief runaway here. 5-3, down by 2 are the Cardinals. I mean, if you're the Cardinals, you've come back from down 2-0 so far. You've got nothing to lose. This game is fully within reach here. And you've certainly shown it so far. Wyatrowski sets it for Pecoy. Cardinals send it back into the Warrior zone. Wyatrowski lobs it into the Warrior end, and they get the point there. 5-4 now in favor of the Warriors. Pope looking to tie the game up at 5-5 apiece. Warriors looking to hold on, see if they can get the victory after a shaky last 2 sets that they had. Wyatrowski sends it up. No one there for the Cardinals, but nonetheless it is sent out of bounds. So tied up even Steven now. 5-5 the score here at senior night for the Cardinals. Both teams nerve-wracking moments, certainly for both of them. Wyatrowski sends it back in. Tantasqua unable to recover. 6-5 now. Again, set 5 will play to 15 points. And this will be the ultimate showdown here, really, for the game here. It'll be for match point. Win by 2. Wyatrowski with the serve. Tantasqua, we've seen them. They've been struggling so far to recover with the serve. Clark with a diving effort there. Unfortunately, unable to get sent into the Warrior zone. 6-6 the score now. Back and forth action between these two games. I mean, we thought that this game was easily going to be in the hands of Tantasqua early on. 2-0 was the score. They looked for the clean sweep here. Unfortunately, they would not get it. Pope coming back, tying it up at 2-2 apiece. Cintero sends it up. No one there for the Cardinals. 7-6 the score now. Pope will take a timeout. Timeout. So, ladies and gentlemen, when we return, 7-6 the score now. Pope Francis down by 1. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Champions play here, live on Pope Prep. So Tantasqua up here, 7-6 back from the Pope Francis timeout. 1 point game here on Pope Prep. Wyatrowski sends up for Pecoy. Pecoy set for Clark. Try to lob that one over the net there. Tantasqua will come out with the point though. 8-6 the score. As Tantasqua, I believe, will take a break. I believe, will that be the game? Or excuse me, no, they will switch ends here. So 8-6 the score now. Switch ends here. So 8-6 the score here. Teams switching ends here. Pope working from right to left. Tantasqua working from left to right. 2 point game here. Warriors take the serve. Wyatrowski unable to get that one back into play. Looking for Machuro. So 9-6 now. Pope Francis, a game once within reach, and it still very well is. But they've got a lot of work to do and a little bit of time here on Pope Prep. Cardinals down by 3 now, 9-6 the score. Cardinals will get the point there. I believe a serve violation. 9-7 the score now. Pope down by 2. Again, we've said it all night. What a win this would be for the Cardinals. Down by 2. Rising back from the ashes like a phoenix. And coming back from down 2-0. Tantasqua gets the point there. 10-7 now. Has to look to get the block there, unfortunately. Sent just overhead. Tantasqua will take the serve. Looking to make it 11-7 now. Pope looking to come back into this game. Serve unable to get caught by the Cardinals. 11-7 now. Tantasqua within 4 of match points. Again, there will be no other sets after this one. Set will play to 15. And the winner of this set will win the game here. Tiebreaker round 2 apiece. Tantasqua serve. Wyatrowski sends it back into the Tantasqua end. Tantasqua cycled around. We've seen this. The cycling has been way better. Clark back for Bella Cintro. Sends it back into the Warriors end. Warriors looking to come out with it. Cintro back for Clark. Clark spike there. Warriors come out with it though. Cintro again. Hess with the redirection there. Warriors are still on it though. Miscommunication there by the Cardinals. So Pope now down 5. 12-7. If you're Pope Francis now, you can't afford any more streaks. You can't afford any more errors now. 12-7 the score. Back from down. This certainly would be what a unfortunate loss here if they are unable to come out with the victory here. Clark sets it just over the net. Pope Francis unable to get it there as Tantasqua pulls within 2 points of match point. Pope Francis has to get it together here if they want any chance at coming back late in this game here. Down by 6 here. No one there for the Cardinals. Tantasqua comes out with the point. So this is match point. Timeout taken by Pope Francis. So the Cardinals in a bit of crunch time here. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, what could be the last serve of the game. 14-7 the score. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Champions play here live on Pope Prep. Tantasqua here with the what could be match point here. Wojtrowski sends it up for Pecoy. Back up for Hess. Hess the spike into the Warrior end. Warrior still trying to come out with it. Spike there. Sent in play. The Warriors come out with the victory here on senior night against the Cardinals. A well-fought battle between these two teams. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we will have the Cardinal postgame. We'll break down what we saw and what the Cardinals look to have happen throughout the rest of the season, but stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up, the Cardinal postgame. Cardinal postgame here, ladies and gentlemen. Cardinal postgame here, ladies and gentlemen. Pope Francis down 2-0. They would rally to come back and make it 2-2 here on senior night. Unfortunately, they could not come out with the victory here. But nonetheless, it was a well-fought game here between the Cardinals and the Warriors here. So Tantasqua will take this game 3-2 the score. Pope Francis 10 on the season. Tantasqua will improve to 6-9 on the season. Coming up for the Cardinals, it's 3 straight away games. Minnechaw, Greenfield, and they will round it all off, I believe, with Pioneer Valley Charter School as their last game, or Catholic School as their last game. So nonetheless, 3-2 the final score here from Pope Francis. And that'll just about do it here for the Cardinal postgame, as this is Don Percy, the voice of the Cardinals, saying so long from Swinku. Thank you for tuning in on senior night, and have a nice night.